Alright, so today we're going to spend a little more time talking about dilations. I know that we talked briefly about how they magnify and shrink different shapes and how they do not make congruent shapes, but we did not talk about how to dilate in particular. Alright, so first off, we have a line PQ, and I want you to dilate it from point O with a scale factor of 2. So what you're going to need with you is a straight edge and your compass. If you don't have that, go ahead and get that out now. Alright, so the first step that you're going to do is you're actually going to connect point O to point Q with a line and make it go really far out. And then do the same from point O through point Q. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our compass to the length of Q. So this right here is the length of OQ. Notice that this is, if I want to multiply it by 2, this would be 1 unit. And then when I put my point on Q and make my mark, that is 2 units from O. So notice that this second arc is where we will have our new Q prime. Okay, so go ahead and write that. And then from O, whoops, did not mean to do that. There we go, fixed it. Alright, put my point on O, and this time measure point P. Okay, so there's P. And then put my point on P and measure that for O. Now, what we have now is a new Q prime and a new P prime. Okay, all we need to do now is connect the two intersections right there. Alright, now take a look at this line. Okay, this line is twice the distance from O that PQ is. It also has the same slope. These lines are in fact going to be parallel. Okay, so they are similar but not congruent, and that's how you dilate a line. Now, a triangle is just made up of 3 lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to dilate this triangle ABC by the scale factor of 2, okay? And then do it the same way we did before, except this time we need 3 lines. One from O through A, one from O through C, and remember, make it really long, longer than you think you need, and then O through B. Oops, there we go. Alright, now map each section, OA, OC, and OB. There we go. Put your point there. And map that. So that would be my new A prime. Alright, mapping O to C now. Ooh, maybe my compass will fit. Oh, just barely. Maybe. A little bit more, a little bit more. Woo! It fits. Don't move. There we go. Right there. So very carefully move this very stretched out compass. And mark there for your new C prime. And then from O, you're going to measure to B. And then make your mark from B right here. So what we have now are 3 new points, A prime, B prime, and C prime. And all we have to do is connect the lines in order to create my triangle that has been dilated with a scale factor of 2 from point O. Notice that the triangle that we created is similar. All the side lengths are parallel, all the angle measures are the same. However, the side lengths are twice the length, so they are similar and not congruent shapes. So we know that AB is parallel to A prime, B prime, AC to A prime, C prime, and CB to C prime, B prime. Okay? Alright, now we have a triangle, JEN, and I want you to dilate it this time with a scale factor of 1/2. So we still start the same way we always do. Connect point O through each point of the triangle. Now, because we're multiplying by a scale factor of 1/2, you'll notice that I'm not going very far past E, because 1/2 is actually going to create a smaller triangle. So what we actually have to do is we have to cut the distance from O to J. So let's go ahead and do that here. Remember that you open your compass to more than halfway. Okay, create an arc. Then do the same thing from point J. Create an arc. And connect the intersection points. So, where these two intersect, oops, I don't want a red line, I want a black one. There we go. Is the perpendicular bisector, which means that right here is my new point. Okay? Alright, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to go ahead, oops, and erase all of this, just so that in the future I am not getting confused. Okay? Obviously this right here is my new J prime. So now we have to do the same thing for E, and I hope that my compass will put me more than halfway. Maybe. Okay, we'll give it a shot and see. So I got a big arc. I might have to scroll down in a minute. And then the same thing from point E. Woohoo! It does go more than halfway. It's awesome. Alright, so put my compass aside. Connect my two intersection points to form my perpendicular bisector. And what I have right here is my new E prime. Alright, now I'm going to delete these arcs again so that I don't get confused later when I try to find the halfway point between O and N. So I'm going to switch. Let's do blue. Put this on O and open it to more than halfway. Create my arc. Do the same from point N. Alright, there we go. So now I can put my compass away and connect the two intersections, and that creates my perpendicular bisector on line O. Oops, excuse me. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, guys. There we go. I was trying to move this a little bit. I didn't connect them just the way I wanted to. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place a dot right here, and that dot is going to be my new N prime. So get rid of all of this so I don't get confused. Alright, so now I have three dots that will create my new triangle J prime, E prime, and N prime, and it's going to be half the size of our original triangle. Alright, so there we go. J prime, E prime, N prime is dilated with a scale factor of 1/2, and we have these side lengths are all going to be parallel to each other. However, the J prime, E prime, N prime is going to be 1/2. So if I were to tell you that side JE was 16, you should know that J prime, E prime is going to be 8. So occasionally I'll give you a problem like this, where you have to determine the center of dilation. I've already shown you that A, B, C, D has been dilated to A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. So what you need to do is you connect point A to point A prime with your straight edge. Okay? And I want you to connect B to B prime with your straight edge, D to D prime with your straight edge, and C to C prime with your straight edge. Now, take a look here and notice that all of these lines intersect at one point. And I'll make these go farther out, that way you see it. Nope, that one. Okay, notice that all four of these lines intersect at one point, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So the center of dilation for this rectangle is at the point 4, 2. Now it's also our job to determine the scale factor here. Okay, the scale factor, all I need to figure out is what did I multiply AD by. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units long, and then 1, 2, 3. So 6 times 1/2 will give me 1/3, so my scale factor is going to be 1/2. Alright, that's our focus on dilations. I'll talk to you later.